Young men aren't approaching women, but the results aren't what you think. They're not what you think. In my previous video, I made a point that there are a decent amount of young men dating women in their 30s and 40s and slightly older. Now that does make sense. It makes sense because of this. From the Pew Research Center, we know this already, don't we? 63% of men, young men, are single. 63 in comparison to just 30+% of women, young women, who are single. Now, first of all, a lot of these younger women are dating older men, and some of them are dating the same dude as well, whether they know it or not, but whatever. So with so many young men, of course, a lot of young men are going to date older women. If a lot of millennial men... It is funny, if a lot of millennial men are dating younger women themselves, a few are dating older, then yeah, there's going to be a huge gap in the market. But there's an advantage and disadvantage for younger men when it comes to a lot of modern women, younger and older. Because whereas women in your age bracket as a young man are more difficult to date for a majority of men, you find a lot of women easier. However, why is she easier? Is she easier because nobody wants her? Or because she's changed her dating strategy? All of a sudden she wants a good man? Pay attention.
I really want to talk about this comment because this is definitely something that has come across my desk a few times in the last few weeks especially. I think it's very important for women to acknowledge that, you know, when we complain that men don't approach women anymore in public, this is the fear that's going on in their heads.
Just do it. Us men ain't gonna approach you now because we will end up on TikTok. Bruh. I imagine an entire generation of young men fear just approaching simply because they're going to be plastered on the internet. I mean, that is trauma, isn't it? That is trauma, isn't it? PTSD in some cases because it's happened to some dudes already. Yeah? And that is sad.
Don't approach women anymore in public.
I hope you're focused and on your square. And here we have a lovely woman here who has come to the realization, oh my God, it's weird, isn't it? When they realize it and they're accountable for a little bit, it's weird, isn't it? Okay, but here we go again. Here we have a woman who understands it, realizes it, and knows how bad it is. Yeah? Because, I mean, logically, if you're telling men to not approach you, what do you think men are going to do?
Acknowledged.
They're not going to approach you. Plain and simple. It's not even, there's no science needed here. It's plain and simple. But then again,
Don't approach.
I don't know, maybe the fairy tale mindset of the modern woman made him think it wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen. Yeah, well, it is happening.
In public?
En masse, isn't it? But go on, lovely woman, make your point.
Is that they are scared of being shamed online. And I've spoken to younger men, and especially with younger men, this rings true. And it was interesting because I was listening to Theo Vaughn's podcast, the episode that he had Andrew Huberman on, and Andrew Huberman said the same thing. He said that he mentors a lot of young men who have this genuine fear of being shamed online by women, which is why they don't feel the need or the urge or the desire to approach women in public anymore. And honestly, like, if I thought that I would be publicly shamed online if I approached a man, I probably wouldn't do it either. So...
What, really? I mean, yeah. Is that a realization as well? Now, we understand as men, women never even think about that. They never even conceive that thought, you know, in apparently being the more emotionally intelligent ones. That should be automatic, wouldn't it?
Suck it.
No, yeah, whatever. But yeah. You see, when you use your brain, it makes sense, doesn't it? Man mind. The mind of men.
Probably wouldn't do it either.
Then when you understand it from that perspective, can you blame young men? Can you really blame them? I don't blame them. I understand it. It makes perfect sense. You sort of have to protect yourself from a smear campaign, especially as a young man on the internet. Think about this. Employers check people's social media. Imagine some young man was just trying to do something that he deems as normal, which is normal anyway. And because of a smear campaign, because some chick wanted to show off on her social media and get views and clicks and likes.
Propaganda tool.
She made this man look as if he's some terrorist. Some perverse terrorist. Give me your number. And he was probably just being a gentleman. But because of her perspective as a young modern woman who wanted to show off to the world and get her views and clicks, any employer that looks his name up would see a smear campaign. John, look at John, I was going to hire John. But now there's videos on the internet of women saying, oh my God, John was harassing some chick on some warm summer day. Yeah? And John was just doing what young men do.
Or in public?
And now tarnished. Again, can you blame young men?
Probably wouldn't do it either.
No, you can't. No, you can't. Especially when their generation is so internet obsessed.
Obviously, there are nuances to the situation, like people who inappropriately approach women or do it in a derogatory way or do it in a disrespectful way, of course, but we're not really speaking
Yeah, no decent man caps for creeps and weirdos and violent criminal men. No, the irony on the flip side, a lot of women do. They love to date those dudes, the irony.
about that. We're talking about just men not wanting to talk to women in public because they're scared they're going to get trashed online. And as women, I think we really need to acknowledge our behavior in this cycle. You know, if we continue to, you know, berate men online and talk about how, you know, a guy approached you and he was ugly and you're going to make fun of him and do all this stuff on the internet, don't complain when men have this genuine fear of approaching women in public anymore. So
it's like a mass consequence of my actions, isn't it? Consequence of my actions en masse, isn't it? Here's one advice about the internet I'd give to young men. Be aware of all the popular female content creators who make dating content or talk about men. Be aware of them. Not saying to watch them, just, you know, to some degree, yeah, I am. You sort of have to watch enough of their content to understand where they're coming from. Be aware of them. Be aware of them. All of them. We've seen what happened recently with Lizard, whatever. You get the point, that chick, man. We all know that chick. We saw what happened recently with her. Yeah? We all know the popularity of Sprinkle Sprinkle. We understand it, don't we? And so many others. Be aware of them, because the sad reality is, young men, and grown men as well, men of all ages, these women are being educated by some of these dizzy broads on the internet. A lot of them are garden tools as well. Giving garden tool content, garden tool material. That's why so much of it is date a man just for his money. Forget love, money. Yeah. And then younger men understand why so many older men do not give an F. They know it's about money. They just use their money to use women.
Disgusting.
And not care about it.
No one cares.
It's a sad reality that we live in, isn't it? If you're a decent person in modern dating, you're cooked. Especially as a young man, you're cooked, bruh. You're cooked. You either have to date an older woman,
Cruel Max leftover.
be a top 10 dude, or get your money up. Other than that, it's going to be a battle in a minefield of BS.
So thank you for leaving this comment. I think it is really important to talk about that because it's really, truly come across my desk multiple times in the last few weeks. And it's something that I've actually wanted to talk about. And the more that I speak to men and the more that, you know, I listen to men who mentor young men, especially, this is what the genuine fear is.
Accountability. She's being accountable a little bit. Yeah. You know, more than we usually see. But yeah, accountability. Go on.
So, yeah. Okay. Bye.
Isn't that hard to talk to?
You know what? When I was like a girl dating dudes, I didn't get it. But when I had to be the person, because like I think one thing that
let me stop with that. I wasn't even gonna laugh at what she said, but
And I was like a girl dating dudes.
yeah, obviously this is a woman who dates women. She's a lesbian, obviously. Now she's now, but she was saying when she wasn't and she used to date dudes. It's like, yeah, we get the point. So this is gonna be an interesting perspective, obviously.
women don't think about is like you don't have to approach anybody.
Exactly.
Just the idea of approaching someone is a lot, right? And women are mean. Women are fucking mean. Women can be so mean. And especially, I think, to, I would say, masculine presenting people as a masculine presenting person. But like to men, mean. And like, I think y'all think it's totally okay to be mean because of what men have been to you in society.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But it's like, it's fucked up. Like, I was out with my...
Yo, wicked.
It is effed up. You know, I'm glad they're laughing because on one hand it is funny. You can't take it all seriously and personal. You can't. You would lose your mind if you did. This is why so much of it is hilarious. It is comedy. Because, I mean, come on. You do question yourself, wait a second, woman. I have to chase you and pursue you to pay your bills. Yeah? And you're still being mean about it. You're still being standoffish. It's weird, isn't it?
Women are mean.
When you have to think about what you have to do as a man, you have to pursue her, which, you know, in modern dating really pursue her to have the chance and opportunity to take care of her. Really?
Bullshit.
So it's the amount of things you can go through in just trying to talk to her. And then even when you get her, because a lot of people don't talk about when you get her. Yeah, even when you get her, what you're going to have to go through to maintain and keep her. Is that even worth it? Is it even worth it?
Mean.
Because a lot of women are mean nowadays, but the meanness doesn't just start from the approach. The meanness isn't just in the approach. Even when you get her, a lot of men have realized, oh my God. Once you get past the honeymoon phase, you see how mean she can really be and is. So yeah.
Mean.
But yeah, carry on.
My ex and her friend, we were like in Martha's Vineyard, we're like hanging out at this bar. And this guy, like, he's clearly trying to talk to them. And he's trying. And he's not being rude, but he doesn't really got it. And he's like, hey, yeah, like, you know, y'all want a drink? She's like, no. And she turns around. He's like, oh, that's cool. Like, where y'all from? She turns to my...
From that first no,
She's like, no.
a lot of dudes would have left. A lot of dudes would be like, yeah, all right, take care. Some dudes would insult her. Oh, you dusty broad, no one wanted you anyway. You don't need to do that. But I'm like, yeah, a majority of men, you'd leave at that point.
No.
Don't say anything else, just walk off. Completely leave. He had follow-up questions. Okay, bruh, okay. Women playing hard to get in modern times. Nah, I don't see that. Hard to get for what? To get the same thing she gives to other men for free? Nah.
Girl. And she's like, why does he keep talking to me? I'm like, this is fucking me. Wow. And I'm like, dog, he's just like trying to find his way. He don't know. You could just be nice. He just think you're also competing with other men. You know that. You're aware of that, right? And it's like with women competition, it's not just like you look better than this motherfucker. It's like, do you have your shit together? The ugly nigga could beat out a good looking nigga if he has his shit way more together and he could just present himself way better.
They actually usually do.
Yeah, but let's be honest, in that case, a lot of women do settle for that, you know, well-off, settled, content, unattractive man in their later years, don't they? That's something to note, young men. Something to note. Again, no offense, but this is why it's easier for a lot of you young men to date older women. Their dating habits have changed, and that includes dating younger men and men who are actually nice to her. Let's carry on, because this is hilarious.
Your standards are too dang high.
This is like
That's exactly what the problem is.
Not going to be about being late today. This is exactly what I thought.
Standards are too high. And if you keep your standards this high, you're never going to find someone that you like. You're going to be 35 years old, and guess what? The same guys you're going to be chasing after, they're going to find chicks 10 years younger than you, and they're going to go after them.
I mean, he's not wrong, is he? He's not wrong, is he? Some would say he's a bitter young man, and that's why he's making his point. But I mean, how wrong is he? Is he wrong? Regardless of what you think about him and how he sounds, is he wrong in what he's saying? Again, as a millennial man, and millennial women are going to be 30 to early 40s, yeah, that's my age bracket of dating. Again, why are so many... It's funny, why are so many millennial men dating younger women or just single? Why? Because we understand there are a lot of young dizzy broads like this, yeah? Some of you young men don't understand you'll actually get to your financial status and comfort later on in life. This is why it benefits some men to just focus on yourself. Because we understand there are a lot of young women like this, dizzy broads, who are dating reckless young men or older men with money. Some older men don't even have money, but yeah, we understand it. This is why it's always going to be good advice to young men to focus on your damn self. Focus on your damn self. Have your fun as well. Why not have your fun? This is probably bad advice, which is why I don't like giving advice to young men, but you can't take women seriously. You cannot take modern women seriously at all. You can't take them personal either. You can't take anything she says to you personal. Easier said than done. But once you understand how dizzy the majority of these women are, you'd be like, really? I don't believe you. All this bluster, all this loudness and just whatever, puffing up their little chest.
Spicy.
It's all noise and air. Give it time, you'll realize it's all noise and air. Don't take it personal.
What's going to happen?
Okay.
So you got to lower your standards.
I think that's the worst advice ever.
Really?
Yes!
Well, fine.
Well?
You can go ahead and do that in 15 years and see if you get married.
Okay.
Damn, that dude wasn't playing, was he? He was not playing.
Do that in 15 years and see if you get married.
Okay.
Young men have time. It is difficult, however, to tell young men to be patient, to build, to focus on self, to understand women aren't going anywhere, bruh. They're not going anywhere. And even when you get her or them, the question is, what are you going to do then? Because that does not necessarily mean you've won. The world is yours. Have a nice day.
Don't approach women anymore in public.
Women are mean.